Here we're gonna complete with the disaster recovery document, as we see in the table and the position of each employee in disaster recovery. And here's briefly the disaster recovery uh, introduction or meaning. We showed also business quantity and business unit. To develop the disaster recovery planning policy statement. The policy statement ensure that ADIB's organization, resource, and business function are protected from service infrastructure and large-scale disasters by creating and implementing and testing the disaster recovery plan. Um, the CIA or CIA tried um, confidentiality, integrity, availability, and authenticity, and we showed briefly the meanings of each one. We also talked about the contingency strategies, as you see. We did the plant test, disaster recovery plant testing also. Um, the disaster recovery plan testing. AD Financial Services are decided to guarantee that the DRP plan is effective and working. So they did the disaster recovery plan testing. Also, we showed the disaster recovery plan maintenance and the training. We also did the we also showed the red levels, level 1 and 3 and 5. Um, here are the red level 1 and red level 3 and red level 5, and we showed the DR implementation document diagram. Here is uh, the diagram of disaster recovery implementation. This is a physical diagram of disaster recovery and some schedules of. We showed the IPs of the devices and the subnets and the gateways. And here we used VMware to do uh, the domain controllers and node IP addresses. Here's the internet protocol, and we set the the IP addresses and the subnet masks. This is domain controller 2, and this is the node 1. We set the IPs of all of them. This is the role based, as you can see in the screenshots. We did the Active Directory certificate services. Now this is the domain controller options. We set the password of the Windows server. Here we added hardware or a hard disk. We set up the GB size. Um, the maximum size was 60 GB. We created the virtual disk, and the memory was 2 GB. And here we added 3 disks. And here the screenshots show the setups of the volume of adding the red one and 3 and 5. So here we completing the RAID 5 volume wizard. Here are the screenshots as they show domain name systems. Here's the ISCSI connected in node 1 and 2. We did the cluster in node 1 and 2, and disk management and shared drive between them, as you can see here. These are the clusters, and these are the nodes, the cluster networks. And here is our local disk of the drive. We also um, did the FreeNAS. Here's the file, the test file, as you can see. And this is our criteria of the report. And thank you for watching, and have a nice day.